Hello. Tony Hawk, PlayStation. This is the game that started it all. This game was released in the year, where's the year? There it is, 1999. Wow. I honestly thought this game was released earlier, but it wasn't released till 99. Dang, that's crazy. When this game was released, there wasn't really any super popular skateboarding games at the time. I mean, even skateboarding itself was beginning to be popular. I mean, I know you can argue that like in the 80s, skateboarding was like popping, you had your Rodney Mullen dudes and I mean, I was a kid and I was born in 92. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that skating really became a thing in the late 90s. And in the early 2000s is when like the peak of skateboarding happened. You saw everyone wearing like DC shoes, Etnies, and Audios. I definitely had my fat Audios and Vans on. Before that, it wasn't really a thing. And I'm sure we have this game to thank, a lot about that. Tony Hawk was definitely the shiznit back in the day. He still is, he's in his older years, but this game was just epic. It started it all, honestly. Definitely some of the best video games to ever be invented of all time, for sure. Just being able to do tricks and grind freaking rails and wall rides and ollie and do all these ridiculous flip and grab tricks that you probably couldn't do in real life. It's just a blast. Unfortunately, my little stand is messing up. Unfortunately, I purchased a copy. I got it really cheap, but I got this copy with a bad manual. It's like all torn up. Ugh. And I'm only tearing it more. The manual doesn't really have too much, it's got your basics. I like how it actually tells you a little story about your skaters, That's actually pretty cool. It's actually a lot, actually. It gives you like a little bio. You couldn't create your skater just yet. You just had to choose from one of them. Special tricks. That's cool. Credits. Birdhouse. Tony Hawk's brand back in the day. Super cute. The basics. This is where it all started, This game and the levels are just so epic, especially that first warehouse level. And even the last level, I won't tell you what it is, but it's super, super cool. Definitely like some stoner skaters came up with that. I love it. And this game, you were not able to do a manual just yet. And I think that really like had a big impact on everything because of the way that you had to do your tricks and stuff like that. Manuals were revolutionary because you could link your tricks from doing like a grind to a grab to a flip trick. You could just manual, and just score like endless points. And this game, you didn't have that just yet. They didn't think about it. They were like, at least maybe not. But regardless, the levels were definitely a lot of fun. The characters are definitely cool. The soundtrack is definitely epic. These little worlds that they would make, instant replay mode, head-to-head. Yeah, the fact that you can go against a friend. I mean, me and my cousin, we're in our late 20s, and we adore playing this game. Such a blast. Such great memories. 99, wow. Yeah, this game, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 8 out of 10. I mean, there were a couple levels that were a little bit rough. I don't remember which ones, but they weren't incredible, you know what I mean? There was a few levels that were just like 10 out of 10. I had a freaking blast playing them. And then there was a couple levels that were just like, ugh, like I hate this freaking level. You couldn't flow properly. You couldn't like do your tricks comfortably. There was only a couple. I think like 2 out of like maybe 10 levels. But it's still like a freaking blast to play. And of course, because they didn't include the manuals, or because of the difficulty of being able to get to where you want to go, you know, hadn't been invented yet. It wasn't even in consideration, so maybe I shouldn't even rate the game on that, because it wasn't introduced until not Need for Speed, Tony Hawk's Underground. That's when you could finally jump off your board and walk around and get to where you freaking wanted to be, versus trying to stop the skater and like get him to go in a certain area. This game was just more about doing tricks and having a blast. But I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 because it wasn't perfect, but it's just amazing and it's essential to your library. I gotta get another one with a new manual. This one's kind of torn up. Anyway, thank you for watching. I recommend this one.